Child labour, an ethical supply chain problem in unexpected places. Child labour violations pose major challenges in the ethical sourcing of food, but we usually imagine that child exploitation is only a problem in developing countries. Unfortunately, even the wealthiest countries have child labour problems, and in one wealthy country, the size of the problem is growing terrifyingly fast. In the USA, child labour violations have increased by almost 70% in the past 5 years. The industry with the most child labour violations in the US is the food industry. Child labour violations range from children in Idaho who miss school to harvest potatoes, to youngsters performing hazardous tasks at slaughterhouses, to hospitality workers staying late at work on a school night. A recent investigation found more than 100 children were working overnight shifts in meat processing facilities where they cleaned dangerous equipment such as brisket saws and suffered chemical burns. The US Department of Labor has documented thousands of cases like this from their investigations. In February 2023, they stated that child-related violations in federal labor laws had increased by 69% since 2018. Overwhelmingly, the companies that are breaching the laws are from the food industry, according to analysis of the figures by the Department of Labor's Wage and Hour Division. Of the 16,000 violations committed between January 2018 and November 2022, 12,000 of them were perpetrated by companies in the food industry, including farms, meat processing plants, restaurants, and supermarkets. Child labour is work by underage people that is forced or is mentally or physically dangerous for children, or that interferes with their schooling, according to the United Nations. In the USA, children of school age are not supposed to work more than 3 hours per day on school days and may not do early or late shifts. Children under 18 are not allowed to operate hazardous machinery like meat saws or grinders. As a food professional, if your job includes supply chain mapping for environmental social governance, ESG, sourcing policies, it's worth knowing that unethical workplace activities can take place within even the wealthiest countries. There are no easy answers to child labour challenges, but customers such as supermarkets and food ingredient purchasers can make a commitment to avoid turning a blind eye to unethical practices in their supply chains, especially when it comes to the youngest and most vulnerable workers. And there are sources, of course, for everything that I've said in today's email.